Let's keep going.
All right, Phase 2, 2013, Iron Man 3.
F out the gate. F.
All right, I gave it a C.
That's fine. I expected that.
Yeah,
I have expected that.
The biggest reason we talked about this before, we have a whole episode on Iron Man 3 that
you could watch it.
Logan
and I
goes
just
crazy
lose
on.
my mind.
I agree. It's a very big disservice to the Mandarin.
Thank you.
They rectified that future tense by making it the Mandarin a real dude in Shang-Chi and making him kind of a fake version of it.
A fake version of it.
So that's cool. So the 10 rings are actually legit in the universe now. At the time that it came out,
it's not the same 10 rings.
It was very upset.
It's not the same 10 rings.
I believe it is.
It's not. It's not supposed to be from the comics. No, that's my point.
Oh, yes. Oh, no. So the one that Killian created in Iron Man 3, the fake one that he created,
right? He
based it off of the group that kidnapped Tony. And the group that kidnapped Tony is the real 10 rings that's led by the Shang-Chi's father. So the real 10 rings were always there.
No,
Killian
the
made
rings.
a fake version.
Yes. The 10 rings, these are different. Yes.
Wait.
In the comics, the Mandarin wielding the 10 rings
are on the fingers.
Right.
In the comics.
Right.
They're on his arms in the
Which
MCU.
Is stupid.
It's fine.
Whatever.
Here's the thing. They wanted to distance themselves from making it look too much like Infinity Stones for people that don't get it. Like Thanos had them all on his fingers.
Whatever.
And now they're going to give more on the fingers, like the rings. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about.
Iron Man 3.
I thought Iron Man 3 was fine.
Is literally they turned themselves into dragons.
They did.
It's so stupid.
Which in any other venue would be great. I mean, I would
except this one.
Except for this one.
Makes no sense.
Yeah,
the Mandarin. Killian was the worst part of this movie.
Again, another wasted villain.
100 guy. Because Gary Pearce is awesome.
Incredible.
I love him.
Yeah.
But nope.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
I hate that movie.
I know you did.
I've never wanted to. I wanted to walk out of that theater, and Carly wouldn't leave because she was like, "I actually like this one," and I'm like, "I'm gonna have a breakdown. I'm gonna have a mental breakdown."
Yeah. I think Jamie likes this one too. I don't remember. I think she liked it less when I told her how wrong it was.
I was so happy with Ben Kingsley, and then when they made him a joke, it was like it was so frustrating.
Yes, it was cool that Ben Kingsley was cast as a villain. Yeah, he's great. It was weird that he was cast as the Mandarin.
Right.
But we were like, okay, is what it is.
Yeah.
I really like who they actually cast as the Mandarin. He's freaking phenomenal.
Love Guy Pearce.
No. I mean, the real Mandarin.
Oh, yeah. No, he was great. He was
freaking amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. That was the most disappointed I had been in a long time for MCU movies. When at the end you found out that he was Trevor, a drug addict actor.
Yep.
Like that was such a shame.
Yep.
But
a waste.
Apart from all of that, the movie itself I thought was not as bad as you think.
I do.
I know you hate it. All right, Thor: Dark World, 2013.
D.
Okay, I gave it a C.
Actually, dude, I throw out the gate here. You're right. When I'm thinking about Phase 2, they came out the gate weak.
They came out the gate real weak. Yeah.
Like Thor Iron Man 3 and Thor: The Dark
World. Yeah.
I mean, people listen. I know I'm in the minority here when I talk about Iron Man 3 being terrible. So it was a box office boom.
It was a box office hit.
It was phenomenal.
Sure. They made a lot of money on it.
Thor Dark World.
I thought they did pretty well number wise.
It did okay number wise, but here's the thing.
It wasn't a great
The reason
movie.
It did good number wise, I personally believe for both of these, is because they're riding the success of the Avengers.
Probably.
Okay.
Probably.
And
everyone loves Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah.
I believe
they're riding the success of the Avengers, but both of these are not good movies.
No, they're not great. The best thing that happened about Thor 2 is that we got Matt Damon to recreate it later.
Yeah.
In Thor Love and Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
It's the only good part about that movie.
I agree with you.
Then they were like, you know what? We're gonna hire
correct everything.
We're gonna hire the Russo brothers.
Yeah, we're gonna correct everything.
2014 Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I sat back, dude, and
holy crow!
I hate Captain America.
Captain America.
I'm gonna state that. Okay,
yeah,
and I sat back and I was doing this list, and I know when we did Brave New World, I said that is my favorite Captain America movie, which was a hot take.
It's real good.
It was a lie. It's
this one, right?
It's this one.
What'd you give it?
I gave it an S.
I gave it an S too.
I gave it an S.
It is still, I think.
It is so good.
It is. I think it's still the best.
I went back, rewatched
MCU movie.
it. I thought about it all again. I have to say. But here's the thing.
Good. Every bit of it is good.
Yeah.
I can't think of a moment in that movie where I'm like, can we get to the next scene?
I think what I really like about it is the darkness of it. the depth.
Yes.
The depth.
Yes.
Of the friendship between Bucky and Steve.
Oh, my word, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Steve being willing to just die for his friend.
Yeah,
just not being willing to fight back. Robert Redford's character.
Yeah, Robert Redford was great in it.
Oh, my gosh. And then Nick
Fury pulling the eye patch up.
Get out of here.
That man both eyes open, man.
Oh.
Yo, and Black Widow was real cool in it. And we got the introduction of Falcon. This is the first time we get Anthony Mackie.
This hits on all levels, I have to say.
And you know what? I really appreciate? This was before. There are several movies, and we'll get to them as we go down. Several movies that the MCU has fallen into this problem where they lean into the comedy too hard when they need to be serious.
Yes.
This movie, though, they still have funny bits, though. But they're they're hard to catch unless you're really paying attention.
Yes.
One of my favorite lines, and it just plays into the Cap and Black Widow like friendship. They're like the kind of like the if we were different lives, we might date. Kind of thing.
When they were going through that whole like
will
they won't
about,
they situation,
kind of a deal, and they've always just respect each other so much.
Yep.
But there's the scene where she's talking to him about the Winter Soldier, like this guy is like horrible, and he does all these things, and he was going after this guy I was trying to protect or whatever, and he shot me like right through my stomach into the guy. And she goes like, "Bye-bye bikini season." And, and Chris Evans is like, Captain America's like, "I'm sure you look terrible in a one piece."
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's great, man. Like, that's so good. Yeah. It's so classy and funny.
The most vulgar that Captain America will ever get. The most vulgar he will ever get.
Language. Oh, my goodness.
No, but I think that is one of the few on my list that I will say doesn't have, it's like, yes, okay, Black Widow is there, Falcon is there, but that's really before they step into their characters so much.
Sure.
This is still a Captain America movie. Yes. This is a Captain Bucky movie. Okay? And so it is one of the few that really is still a singular person's movie that I gave an S. Really, like pulling together. There's not many. There's not many that I put as an S.
I think I only have one more.
Well, you had Iron Man, so that was one.
But I think I only have one more after this.
I don't know. I got to look at my list.
Well, we'll see.
This is the first one on this list. That is the... What movie is that?
A standalone.
No. Hold on. That is the ninth movie.
9. Yeah.
And that is the first one you and I agree on.
Oh!
There we go.
Who would have known? All right. Same year. James Gunn on the scene.
Oh, yeah. He steps in.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 1.
Hey.
I gave you an A as well. Look
there
at
we
that.
Go. Two in a row.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
It's
solid. It's always good. I'll always watch it.
Oh yeah. I'll watch that all the time.
He
Star-Lord's introduction, all of their team up. Again,
he taught everybody how to do a team movie that's
smooth team up.
Yeah, that's not
just like Avengers. Smoother.
I
agree. Smoother. I agree. Smoother
and more. Like, man, oh man, it's so good.
Because they weren't meant to all be in the same place at the same time. There was no intention. They all get captured, put in jail, and then they team up there.
I love when Rocket tells him to grab Star-Lord, and he grabs the woman, and he goes, and Rocket goes, "Not the girl, learn your genders." It's just like
my favorite part is Drax in this movie is introduced as petrifying.
Yes. Okay? Oh yeah.
And then immediately you're like, this guy's an idiot.
Why would I put my finger on his throat? No,
why you're doing this?
This is just the universal means I would slice his throat. I would not slice his throat. I would cut it clean off.
They go over his head. Nothing goes over my head. I'm too fast. Got too good of reflexes.
I love it. Yeah. And they got better.
And you're literally like this guy you're supposed to be so intimidated by.
Drax the Destroyer.
He's Drax the Destroyer.
But Volume 3, he gets recoined to Drax the Dad, which is he's such a great character, man. And Dave Bautista is a gem. Him and Cena, they're just, man.
I gotta say, WWE, people knock WWE. They got some good actors out here, man.
All right. 2015, the second Avengers movie, Avengers Age of Ultron.
I gave this a C.
I did too.
Yeah, three in a row. Dude, I'm impressed. I'm beyond impressed now.
I think it's not as bad as everybody says.
It's not as bad, but it's an average movie.
It's an average movie.
And here's the problem.
James Spader saves it. James Spader and Andy Serkis save it.
You're right.
They save it.
But the piece that I want to add there,
Hulkbuster suit saves it too, man. Friggin' awesome.
The piece that I want to add there is it's a Avengers movie.
Yes.
And you forget that it's an Avengers movie. It's almost worse because of that, because you've literally teamed everybody up again.
Yeah.
This is an Avengers. This is Avengers.
Yeah.
And you're talking about one of the best storylines that gets wasted.
It did.
In all of comics.
They used it for something important, which is good.
Yeah.
But I wish it would have been more of the actual story. They used it to set up Wanda. Like, Wanda is very important.
Well,
and she got
Vision.
set up. And Vision.
Right.
They got set up
bring Vision in
nicely.
Yeah.
But I wish they would have spent a little more time.
Well, they actually set up a couple of different things. They set up Cap being able to lift the hammer in this movie, too.
True, he does move it a little bit.
Yeah. And so, well, and then there's the...
I wasn't worried.
There's the question... There's the question of, could he have picked it up? And he's just...
He did. He was just nice.
That he was just nice.
He didn't want to make Thor feel bad, so he didn't pick it up. You know he could. You know he could have.
So, I think there's There's a couple of things they do well, but the fact of the matter, it gets lost that it's an Avengers movie.
Agreed. Yeah. It wasn't as cohesive.
I almost put it to a D because of that.
I thought about it
because of the fact that it didn't live up to expectations, but I really kept it as a C because there are a lot of parts I really like.
Yeah, I
love Hawkeye.
I
Hawkeye
introduction. I thought about putting it to a D as well, but then I was like, that's social media telling me to do that.
Right.
Like, it was like, it really wasn't that bad.
Not my rating. Yeah.
All right. 2015, same year. The first Ant-Man, Paul Rudd joins the MCU. What'd you give that one?
First Ant-Man. I gave it a B. No way. Did we get 4 in a row?
I gave it a B.
No way.
It's a good movie, man. I really, his team, like his little heist team, and him, and he's just so freaking funny. And
it's an above average movie.
He's a great director, and he just had a fun
Truthfully,
time.
I believe it's underrated. I believe it's underrated.
It's very fun.
It's a very good movie.
Paul Rudd is just the most likable dude in the world. So
I enjoy Ant-Man.
It was very good.
The first Ant-Man, I really enjoyed.
First Man was really good.
It goes downhill from there.
All right, that was the end of Phase 2, man.
That's the end of Phase 2?
Phase 2 was short, dude.
See, here's the thing. So Phase 2
was short.
Starts off really weak. And starts to ramp up.
And then gets better. Yeah. I had a C, and then an SA.
CB. See, I had an FD. And then an SACB.
Started
it
not
starts
so
super
hot.
weak. And that's the thing is,
but it was riding off, like you said, riding off the coattails of Avengers. Thank goodness.
100%.
Because if it didn't, we might never have had what we had.
Hadn't Avengers not been as good as it was, we could have lost the MCU at that point.
Had the Russo Brothers and James Gunn not stepped in and freaking made 2 bangers, those things were great. All right.
And this is where we start to hit our stride here.
Oh, 100%,
I have to
man.
say.
Oh, my word. Yeah, looking at these numbers now.
Woo! You start looking at these and you're like, holy cow.
Okay, Legion, this video got away from us. We're going to have to break it down into 5 MCU Phase tier videos. That's right, 5. So whichever one you're on, sit back, relax, and click that next tier video. We'll see you guys next time on the Legion of Comic Correction.